Hey guys, I'm doing a different kind of video today. I know I generally talk about ink or journaling, um, but I've always been sort of like DIY, crafty, creative. And last year, at the beginning of the COVID shutdown, we had been talking about getting rid of these couches here in my living room. That one and this chair over here. And at the time, they were like a honey colored, and we had had them for, I don't know, like over a decade. I don't know. It was way more than that. It was a long time. Anyway, with COVID happening, and it wasn't really the time to start investing in new furniture as we didn't know what was going to happen. And I decided to get a little creative with my couches. And instead of, I figured I couldn't change the fabric because that was just going to cost as much as purchasing new couches. That was not an option. And I figured I might try dyeing these couches, and I figured worst comes to worst, then, we'll just invest the money, which we had kind of planned on doing anyway to get new couches. So I purchased a whole load of this Rit Dye. What's the color? Chocolate brown. And I will show you here. I still have this bag, and it's been under my craft table for the better part of a year. So it's time to recycle all these bottles. I bought, I don't know, I have the figure somewhere. I'll add the stats in of how many bottles I use, but really don't go by my figures because do your own math. I hate math. You're going to have to figure out what you need if you want to tackle this project on your own. But I was lucky that everything on the couch and the love seat was removable. I'm sorry if this is shaky. I don't have like a camera stick or something. So I was able to unzip all the fabrics, take them off, put them in the washing machine, and I did dye them. I think I let them soak for a while so that they, the color would really adhere to it. And then I rinsed them a couple of times in the washer. It took me like the weekend to do everything because I did this in I think 2 loads, and it took me 3 or 4 loads to do this couch here. So it was a weekend project. I, hung them outside to dry for a little bit, and then I sprayed them with, they did have, sorry, I'm going to backtrack for 1 second. They did have this color stay fixative that I did add in, but as extra insurance, because we were going to sit on them, I put Scotchgard on all the fabric, all the cushions, and let everything dry outside for like 2 days, just to make sure that the color was, set in. So anyway, I think they turned out pretty good. It looks like it might be splotchy, but that's part of the lighting and partly because they were a lighter colored and they were faded in spots, but I'm not I like it if it's a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? If it looked sort of more like a crushed velvet, I wasn't looking for a smooth, perfectly even surface. I don't have to vacuum my carpet into straight lines or anything like that. So I was okay with it having like a well-worn, sort of loved look to it, and I like how they came out. So this is my, let's see. Okay, so that's the couch, and that's like the oversized love seat there. There's like where 10,000 cardigans hang. They all gather in that spot right there. And yeah, so we like how it turned out. And it didn't quite, I think it cost under $50 to do everything. I have some pictures, I'll insert it somewhere in the video, but that's how it all turned out. And now I can finally recycle these Rit Dye containers. So anyway, hope you like that DIY idea out there for you guys. Take care. I'll see you again. Bye. Okay, so this is what's going on here right now. I have these very old couches. They're 10, 15, could be more than that, years old, and I'm sick and tired of this color. I'm not even sure why I picked this color in the first place, but I did, and they're in really, really good shape actually, but they're faded in a lot of spots because there's a ton of sun that comes through the way that they were facing. Anyway, long story short, I wanted to get a new couch, and I thought, well, before we dump this, maybe there's some way that we can reupholster them. And then I thought about dyeing the fabric. I wasn't sure if dye would be accepted to the fabric. Anyway, Rit Dye now makes this dye more for synthetic fabrics, and I don't know, it can dye all kinds of stuff like magic. But I figured, why not give it a shot? It's a couple of bucks, so I took one of the end pillows and I did it this, I think it's chocolate brown. Yeah, chocolate brown. There's a dark brown and a chocolate brown. I picked the chocolate brown, and it is really, really pretty. I love this brown. It's not really good light right now because it's at night. But I'm downstairs washing all of the cushions, and then I'm going to have to take off the slipcover and do that. I'm doing all of this in the washing machine, and going to see how it all comes out and comes together tomorrow. So this is the last piece of the couch. This is the outer slipcover. I did all the cushions, and now this has to go into the washing machine. It's a bit of a mess, and I'll clean that up after, but right now I gotta dump the brown dye in there.